Mm-mm-mm. You're at top. Welcome back. My internet went out. I don't know why. You ran away. No, my internet went out. Don't know why. I was like, shit. Rosie Leone, hello. I was thinking about you. I wrote you too. Sent you a text. Um, Back to what I was saying. Well, anyway, this doctor, Dr. James Glanville, with his team, um, let's pay your internet bill. My bills are paid. So this internet team, they were jumping for joy because out of the 5 antibodies, like I said, they were hoping. I don't know how far we went along. Judith Espinoza, hello. I don't know how far we went along on what you heard, but like Rosie and Judith who didn't hear, as of yesterday, which would have been Monday, at 11 o'clock in the morning, Dr. James Glanville and his team, who volunteered to work weekends, nights, days, they were told to go, and Dr. James said, I can't do this. And he told his team, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to work on this. They said, no, we're all going to work on this. And they did. And what they did is, like I said a long time ago in the very beginning, that the COVID is a cousin to SARS. So what they did is they said, we're not going to waste our time doing our own studies because it's already been done. So they started off with the SARS investigation, and the SARS, not stars, SARS um, disease and stuff, and they came up and they pulled out what I'm here listening but working. I just texted you earlier. I hope to God you're not working. Like, you really need to be working. Anna Grissom, hello. It is going down to 30s tonight in Bama side. Shady, that's cold. I think we got down there last night. Well, anyway, so what they did was they took 5 antibodies from the SARS and they manipulated it to recognize COVID-19. And they were praying that one would work. Turns out all 5 of them worked. So, Sam Rockwell, hello. So now, they've been in contact with Washington. Yeah, we are still going strong, but it's getting rough. Well, Rosie, you are in a position where you have lupus. You can't even get your meds. What the hell? You know, I'm sitting here scared to death for you, and you're going to work. Anyway, um, so all 5 of them worked. So they've been in contact with Washington since January anyway. So they've been in contact with all the officials. They've been in contact with the FDA. They have to get. They have to do tests to make sure it's safe. They want everyone safe. They said when we bring this out, we want everybody to be able to use it. And it is not a vaccine. It is an antibiotic. And he said the difference is that with a vaccine, it takes a very long time to do the studies and make sure it's safe. And one day that'll come, probably. but he said this is an antibiotic. He said we'll know 5 to 10 days. And he thinks, and I agree, he's trying to get the government to fund this because they need funding, and he wants the government to fund it, which I agree. I totally agree. You know, they spent $2.2 trillion that Nancy Pelosi put a bunch of bullshit stuff in, or was it? But no. Get these people back to work. Get people back to work and get them safe. Well, anyway, if all that goes through, then by the end of summer, they'll start doing compassionate care, and they're in touch with leaders and doctors around the world with this. They'll just start doing compassionate care and start giving the antibiotic. It will be delivered in a shot. He said that way you don't need as much material, and you can do the job, and we can mass it. But they're going to need time to mass produce it. But right now, if things go the way they're supposed to go, then by the end of summer, they'll start coming out with an antibiotic, and they'll start doing it for compassionate care. So there is hope. I about came out of my chair. I'm not gonna lie, I came out of my chair. I was just screaming and hollering to myself, you know, going, yes, yes, yes. Because that's exactly what I said a long time ago. I swear I should have been a scientist. I really should have. Doctor, scientist, I really should have. Because that's exactly what I said a long time ago. I said, well, if it's the cousin to the SARS, why don't they start off with that? Well, this guy did. And his team volunteered. They weren't paid. They were not paid for this. They volunteered. And working 24/7. And so, of course, you know, the reporter asked him, this was, interview he was out in California. And, well, no, he was somewhere, and the reporter was in California. Sarah, hello. But there is hope. There is an antibiotic. And, you know, it should start the end of summer. So, which is... they're thinking of, you know, compassionate care and health workers. So Rosie, you know, you can just hold on till then. So by the end of summer, there should be something. And they were asking, you know, is this something you take ahead of time? He said, no, it's not a vaccine. But with something like this, with healthcare workers, you know, we hope that if it should break out again, you give it to healthcare workers beforehand, and it should protect them. You know, you still use their universal precautions, but it should protect them, and so where none of them are dying, because they're dying left and right. Surgeons, you know, we had the head of radiology at the Wexner Medical Center pass away. You know, if you ask me, the frontline people, yeah, by all means, give it to them first. But yeah, so there is hope. There is good news through all this. America, like I said, I love America. I love my America. We are the best in the world, you know, and I can't say thank you enough to Dr. James Glanville and his team, grocery store workers maybe. I was getting ready to say that. Look, I think the truck drivers, the grocery store workers especially, anybody on the front lines, because let's face it, if it wasn't for the grocery store workers, we wouldn't have what food we have. But I still say, because they are looking for a spike, you guys. They are seriously looking for a spike. And I know here in Ohio, they're calling for a spike in mid-May. And our governor, praying this helps. It's all 100% positive. They just need to get the funding. They need to get it through the FDA because they want it safe. They don't want. He's not even saying, this is a possibility. No, we got it. He said we got it. But it needs to be safe for all, because he said when we bring it out, we want it to work immediately on people. We want to get it out there. We don't want no hiccups, So, and he wants the government to fund it. That's the next part, is funding it. And I think the government should. I think we would all be willing to chip in $20. I'm dead serious. I think everybody in the country should be willing to chip in $20. I haven't been feeling well lately, but just tired and stomach problems. Me too, Anna. Me too. I've had stomach issues. I was like, oh shit. I'm hungry and I go take a bite, and it's just like, oh man. And yeah, and I haven't been feeling well either. We learned our lesson in 1976 with the swine flu fiasco. Apparently, we didn't learn it enough because we're in this predicament now. Stress can definitely do that. Yeah, that's right, Sarah. That's true. Stress can do that. And, I think, y'all, we should give a big thanks to Rosie Leon, who is listening. She's a nurse, and she has lupus, and she can't get her meds. And she's still out there working. She's at work right now listening. And I think we should all say thank you for doing her job. I'll be honest with you. You don't know how bad I want to get in the trenches. You don't know how bad. Dead serious. I've been feeling that. Getting a vaccine out before all the research is in. That's what I meant. Rotavirus also had a vaccine that not only didn't work. Thanks, Rosie, said Anna. Thank you. Don't give up, says Carrot Top to Rosie. Kids who got the vaccine and then got the disease were sicker than the ones who didn't. Yeah, this is an antibiotic, Sarah. This is not the vaccine. It's an antibiotic. And yeah, you're right. We got to get it safe. But I agree with Dr. James. I think we should all tell Washington, fund this bitch. Fund it. If you guys know that they came out with the news that they expect 1 to 250,000 deaths from this. I was distracted while you were talking about that. Arne Govero. Hey, I hope everyone is okay and doing well. You too, RNA. Rosie says you guys are so sweet. Rosie, tell your whole staff. I mean, tell your whole staff. There's a lot of people dependent on you guys. And people don't realize that there are people like Rosie out there who have immune system major complications. And she's a nurse and she can't get her meds because they were using the meds for lupus to try to find a cure. So she can't. I was pissed. I went through the roof. I don't want to make any kind of predictions. I'm not making any kind of predictions. I'm that doctor did. He's, like I said, he came out with it. He's not hiding it. He said he went to the SARS because, like I said, a long, I don't even know if anybody remembers. A long time ago, I said SARS was a cousin to the COVID. Some of it was doctors writing prescriptions for themselves. Boards of pharmacy have put their foot down about this. Yeah, they're one to Oh, Anna says, "Oh God, Democratic and Republicans debate better not interfere this time." Oh, I remember SARS. It was about 15 years ago. That's where they got this team went and to the SARS research and stuff, and that's where they got it. And they pulled out. He said we pulled out 5 antibodies, and they were praying one would work because they were manipulating the code to recognize the COVID-19. Well, they're cousins. And he said not one didn't work, all 5 of them worked. And he says, we have it. It's an antibiotic, though. This is not the vaccine, you guys. It's an antibiotic. So if you get it, you get the shot. There you go. It's an antibiotic. But like I said, he's already been in touch with the FDA. He's been in touch with Washington since January. Of course, he let them know. He's letting everybody know. They sent stuff out for it to be tested by the FDA. This and that, blah blah blah, and it should roll out the antibiotic. Should roll out at the end of summer, and it is in a shot form. It is in a shot form. One day it might go to a pill, but right now it's in a shot form. And but he wants the government to fund it because it needs funding to manufacture, just like everything else. So, and I agree with Anna. They better not argue with this. So, you know, and just like y'all have been, I don't know, I spent a lot of, not a whole bunch of time, but more time than usual on Facebook past 2 days. And I've seen where, it's not the congressmen that saved our lives, it's the truck drivers, grocery workers, healthcare workers. They saved our lives. They're the ones keeping America going. It's not our government. If you notice, like with our Franklin County Town Hall meeting, they were all at home doing it on Zoom. I'm like, you guys are lucky. Now, there's another problem. I thought that President Trump said in the very beginning that there would be a freeze on evictions and stuff like that with mortgage and rent and stuff like that. That there would be a freeze on it and it would just be put on back end. Well, apparently not. And that was one of our town meetings. People are getting eviction notices now. And people don't have no money to pay their rent. And I thought they put a freeze on that. Well, apparently they didn't. They were voting on it. And I'm like, how? So the city attorney said, legally, we can't do it. I paid my rent today. They encouraged me to place it in the mail drop. The city attorney said, we can't legally do that. It depends on the area. It's not nationwide. Well, what they said was, no, we can't stop the eviction notices, but the eviction courts, good luck. So exactly what they said. I'm just, it's one of those things. I already said we were paying all of our utilities, mortgage and stuff. I'm not going to be out on the street right now. I'm not in the middle of all this. Who knows? Maybe after all this, I'm going to a little tiny apartment. But I said people are going to be losing their homes now, and that's exactly what President Trump didn't want. But apparently, they can't stop evictions, but the eviction courts, good luck trying to get through them. But what amazes me is that here in Ohio, I can't speak for any of the state, but for like here in Ohio, they expect the peak to be around mid-May. And they were going to send the kids back to school April 6th. we are growing every day. We've got 2,200 people infected, and we jumped to 57 deaths or something like that in a high. And they were going to send kids back to school. Well, my grandkids ain't going back the rest of the year. They're not going back. But why would you send kids back when you know the peak is coming and we are still? So now they switched it to the end of April. Why are you even saying that? People are thinking you're stupid. Hey, just want to let you know Mom is in the hospital. Yeah, I saw that, Deonda. Yeah, me and Fran saw that. I hope she's doing very well. Crystal Smith, hello. School's canceled until May 4th in Ontario. I already asked Gabby and Chris. I said if they open up schools, if they open up schools, are you going to send them? And they both said no. They're not sending them back this year. Not at all. Prayers for you, Deonda. Prayers for Deonda's mom. Crystal said, but that will change. Yeah, because I don't think there are people I know who are willing to send their kids back to school. I'm like, what? Because they're getting on their nerves that bad. I said, aren't you supposed to want to be around your kids, especially in a time like this? I mean, most people are saying that in my town. Deonda said she's really sick, and she is. I was going to talk about that, Deonda, as soon as I got to talk about this. But I'm like, how can your kids get on your nerves? You had them because you love them. You know. Now, granted, not everybody has the luxury of telling the kids, go back in the back bedroom, watch TV, and get them out of your hair for a minute. Not everybody has that, you know, pancreatitis or a stone in pancreatic duct. Yeah, I know. Brandon and I, we already had our moment of silence for her and hope that, because I like the lady. My sister's ready to kick out her hubby and kids. Yikes, I've heard that's really painful. It is. Alabama closed for the year. Schools, hey, Ivy, don't play. Thank you, she's tough. Yes, she is. She's a tough old coot. It's not like the kids can't go outside. Well, it was really nice here for like 2 days, and now it's cold again. So, and it's been so wet. Even when it was warm, we got so much flooding around here. Within a week of each other, we've had 2 floods, and yeah, and within a week, the ground is just pure saturated. If it sprinkles, it's going to cause something. Because it's just so wet here. I meant that we don't have to lock the kids in the house. Exactly. At least with my grandkids, they can go out on the back porch and play. But not everybody has that privilege. But still, yeah, the kids don't have to be locked in the house. What the hell? Prayers for flood victims. Thank you. I asked Cameron if his area got flooded, but he was okay. They were up the hill. But he said that parts of Utica just was wiped. So he was going to take Cam. I tell you what, I love that boy. He took after me like there's no tomorrow. he's going to take the backhoe, and like this one guy, his house, um, um, there was because of all the rain, a gully was made. Like right here's his truck was parked, and he parked it next to the house, and the gully was made, and the basement caved in, and his truck went down in there. And his house is actually taped off. It's not even safe to be in. So he was going to take his backhoe and get the guy's truck out of there. There's nothing wrong with the truck. It just fell into it. And there was a couple of older people that had these huge ass logs and stuff. And these men that are out there, 67, 70 some years old, he told him, he said, I'm going to come by with the backhoe tomorrow. He said, if you want to leave it, he said, we'll take it off and we'll take care of it for you. And so that's what he did for the first part of the week. For the past few days, is he's out there with the backhoe, and that's why I like the way he works, because he works by himself basically. He's a welder, and he doesn't. He said, "I'm not running no teams," so he doesn't have to go to Cleveland and all these other places. Whatever work he does, they bring it to him, and like industrial shredders and stuff like that, and he'll weld and do his thing. But he also has use of all this equipment, and the boss doesn't care if he does it. You know, who actually knows his boss, and his boss is great. He's a really nice guy, super ass tall. I think he's like 6'5", 6'7". But James is a fantastic guy anyway, and so that's what Cameron's been doing, is helping people out with the floods. So yay on him. I just love that boy. That was one thing he got from me. That is the one thing. But he was always up my ass growing up, always, always. If I stopped quick enough, we'd be joined as one. After this lockdown, I'm going to be on my 600-pound life. Yeah. After all this, first place I'm going is the zoo. Dead serious. Vicky Daniel, hello. First place I'm going is the zoo. That's where I'm going. And then probably Kings Island or Cedar Point or something. Yeah. Crystal's going to the gym. Ronnie, hello. Oh my god, Les, I finally caught you live. Yes, Ronnie, you have. Yes, you have. But by the time they get all this and the antibiotic done, it'll be cold again, and I'll be like so pissed. I am going to be so pissed. Anna says, hi Vicky, eating popcorn with extra butter. It's been a long time. I know, I haven't seen your name in forever, Ronnie. In forever. I hope you're doing well. I am. Thank you, and I hope you're doing well and staying inside, and you know. But you know, people are still, they're not doing the social distancing thing. They're not. It's so confusing what the government says, because the governor and Dr. Susan Acton, who's the head of the medical crap here in Ohio, tells you just stay inside. Now Susan Acton hasn't really changed, but they say stay inside, but go out for a walk. The parks are open, just not the kids areas. I'm like, are you supposed to stay inside or what? Crystal said in Windsor most are. So now they're saying if you go to the store, maximum, there's one person per cart. So we're going to see how that works. It's not working, you guys. It's really not. Now, if you're disabled, handicapped in any way, shape, or form, elderly, you're allowed to take one person with you. You are allowed to take one person with you. Red Freckles, hello. Les, I'm at work again till 2 a.m. You work your little ass off, girl. Um, so it's confusing how they're telling people stay inside, but yet go to the park, get out, get some sunshine. I've seen them film at the park. Nobody is practicing social distancing. Anna says, I got my groceries today on lunch, so can stay in Thursday. Awesome. Crystal said, here, 10 persons to store, and you have to stand behind lines. Yeah, they've got plexiglass for the cashiers and everything. I think when this is over with, all the truck drivers should be which I think they should be now. These hotels are closed down, you know. Why can't they have some rooms on the bottom floor for these truckers to get some sleep, get some food, let them use the bathroom, be treated like human beings. I just sat on my front porch and swing. I love doing that, Vicky. I really do. I love doing that. I'm thinking about getting one for my back porch. Just put a swing up there. My hubby is a trucker. It sucks, says Crystal. I'm glad my dad's not trucking no more. I am so glad. I'd be scared to death for him. Rosie Leon says, no social distancing. That's why we are using 3 people to a ventilator. Everyone thinks it's a joke. Exactly. It's not a joke. People are not. My sister is one of them. I can't, I'll be honest with you. My sister is one of those people who she was pissed off because the hotel last Monday, it was actually the week before that, they canceled her reservations because she was supposed to go to Vegas Monday. And she was pissed off. She said, I deserve this. Thank God for Cameron telling me. I said, Cameron, you tell your sister for me, your mother for me, because she won't answer my calls. I chew her ass out. Vegas is shut down. There's nobody out there. There is no one out. It's a ghost town. They're treated like garbage. Yeah, because the truck drivers, because of everything shutting down, they can't get a hot meal. They're eating snacks from the convenience stores. They have to use porta potties or the woods to go poop. Not every trucker has a bed in their truck, and by law, they have to shut down. That's all there is to it. Vintage Gal, hello. Les, I've been falling asleep earlier. I keep missing you. That's okay. That's okay. I wonder if you're dying, will they put you in a coma? I don't know. So you don't suffer. I don't know. Sarah said society would fall apart without truckers. It seriously would. It seriously would fall apart. I've always said that. My dad's been over the road trucker all my life. And he retired. Get this. My dad retired as an over the road trucker, driving semis for 35 years. Something like that. He was in his 50s, however long he did it. He was off work a year and decided he wanted to go back to work, so he went back to work for the post office, driving a truck. Now the man makes more now than he did when he was actually working. 2 retirements and Social Security. To be so lucky. Vintage Gal, I love truckers. So do I. It's sad they're being treated like crap. Well, they have nowhere to stop. They have nowhere to take a shower because everything was shut down. If you can actually get to the grocery store I'd be like, look, dude, you open up your trailer, you let me at your food, I will cook you guys a meal. Dead serious. Come to my house, take a shower. I mean, really. He was so pissed getting refused walking through a drive-through. He said, I will show them, and wanted to drive his truck through. Exactly, Crystal. Yeah, because they won't serve them walking up. And I'm sorry, but I think that's a crying shame. And I think these restaurants should realize, truckers, this one trucker, when he did his thing, he said, I'd be happy with just a freaking cheeseburger. Something hot. You know? And if these restaurants, I'm sorry, but if they have a drive-through and you're a trucker, you can't take a semi through there. So they should be able to walk up. Can't get over that either, says Anna. I'm so upset with some of our people. That's why I said I need to run, or at least I need to be governor of Ohio. Because even though I love Mike DeWine, but you know what? There's a lot of things that could have been done, that could still be done to flatten this curve. And when you have a stay-at-home order, have a stay-at-home order, and then don't go say, well, go to the park. That's about asinine. That's about as dumb as a box of rocks. I'm sorry. He wanted to, but I calmed him down, says Crystal. Vintage guy, you would be a good politician. No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't give a shit. I figure, hey, I'm old, I lived my life, what the hell do I care? You know? But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You know? I really think there should be an eviction freeze. I really do. But people have to also realize, you guys, spread the word. These stimulus checks, or whatever kind of checks that they're giving out, my popcorn is gone, sad, all. But you are passionate. On some things I really am passionate about. That's true. But these stimulus checks that, yes, Anna, pop some more, I would. I love me some popcorn with butter. But these stimulus checks, you know, these fools that are being evicted, you know, because they can't pay the rent now, they're going to blow that money on everything but besides what they're supposed to do, which is survive. And you know, these people get to 1,200, and if they're in a family where two parents are filing their taxes separately, that's even more. That's 2,400 plus $500 for every kid they have. And this is good for people who make a single person who makes 75 grand a year. If they're married, it's 150 grand a year. If you make less than that, you get this check, and I'm sitting here thinking, if I'm making 75 grand a year, I sure as the freak don't need that money. Are you serious? I'm like, what the hell? But there's these checks. I'm not even counting on it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get one. But if I do, I'm not counting on it anyway. My budget is still the same. That's all there is to it. My budget is still the same. So, you know, these people are going to get that money and blow it. And then they're going to be the same ones whining in 4 months when they don't have a place to live. You should have paid your utilities, because even though the utilities won't cut you off, you'll get a shutoff notice, but they won't cut you off. There's going to be a time where they're going to be allowed to. You're going to have to pay that anyway. You're going to have to pay it, so just pay it. You know? Duck Furtifer, hello. So just pay your utilities, because you're going to have to pay for it in the end anyway. Finish out. Oh my God, I was typing. They were going to blow their money. They are. They are. And I don't know what to do for those people. I really don't. Um, I don't know what to do for them. For mortgages, student loans, and car payments, they'll just have to pay more interest later. Um, I agree with, this is for people who really genuinely do not have the money. Exactly. But if you're making 75, if you're bringing in 75 to 150 grand a year, you don't need that money. I'm sorry. You don't. Unless you're the type of person who they could have $1 million and in 3 weeks spend it all and have nothing to show for it. Because there are people like that. I feel sorry for those kind of people. I could have $1 million, you wouldn't even know it. Would not even know it. I know someone who ended up fleeing overseas to some hostel to ride out the virus. Well, that was stupid because it's everywhere. I don't know what direction our family business is going to do. We have to adapt to the times. Exactly. And it says, my best friend is a single mom and she didn't make enough, so hasn't filed taxes in 2 years. She will not get it. Really? I could see giving that to a family with several children. Me too, Sarah. Me too. But I think, 75 grand, you can have several children, have money in the bank, have a nice house, still have money to pay your bills and blah blah blah. I mean, I don't understand that. I thought it was for people who are really destitute, to help them. Um, we finally got through to unemployment today, thank God. All the unemployment process here in Ohio is a freaking clusterfuck. For real. For real. Um, Depends on where you live in the Midwest. Sure, on the coasts, not so much. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that. California, New York, and yeah, those places are expensive anyway. Their cheapest rent is like 2,500 a month, it seems like, and I'm like, really? Okay, I ain't living here, that's for sure. I wouldn't even pay that for a freaking house, even if I could afford it. Hazel alerted to a migraine tonight, and I feel it coming on. Aw. Her kid needs new shoes. Told her Walmart has them for $10. I'm going to get him some. Aw. Awesome. But I do feel sorry for people that no matter what, no matter how little or how much they have, um, they're gonna blow their money. It doesn't matter. Some people just cannot. And my sister is one. My sister is one. Ain't got a damn thing show for it. You guys, I've said how many times how much money she makes. She ain't got a damn thing show for it. And I'm like, I feel sorry for you, sis. Thank you again for sharing my PSA about guide dogs' legs. You're welcome. You're welcome. Um. So people need to be smart. Um. These I don't get it. I really don't get them. Um Cameron, he listened to what I had to say. I don't know about Ian. But Cameron listened um about the money thing. Ian kinda. But Cameron was the one that really listened, so he's not even counting on that either. He lives on what he makes. Which is not bad money, I'm not gonna lie. but he didn't make no 100 grand a year either. Um, but he lives on what he makes, and that's what he budgets for. You know. Um, I honestly thought it would have been the other way around with those two. With who? Ian and Cameron? Cameron scared me there for a few, but he ended up listening. You know, he says, "Aunt Leslie, you make it seem so easy." And I was like, dude, I'm old. I've been through it. That's why. It's not any easier. But you make it seem so easy. Well, dude, I know how to wait for something. You know, you just can buy everything right here and now. I said, you gotta be able to afford shit. I said, I worked my ass off for you kids. And I did. I did everything and anything I had to do to make sure they had more than me. And I'm not talking just like toys or anything, but that they were, and I was pretty comfortable growing up. I wanted them to have the same thing. If it was good enough for me, it was good enough for them. So I worked my ass off, and I told him. I said, what do you think I was doing all those years? As you would know, is there two different size 6 in men's and boys used to girls? Yeah, boys are bigger. Boys are naturally made bigger. Their size 6 is bigger than a woman's size 6. That's for sure. That's why I buy men's shoes, because they're automatically wider. So yeah, the girls are smaller, narrower. Not my big ass Flintstone feet. My mom tried. She kept trying to buy me girls' shoes. So I'm like, Mom, my feet are wider than the bottom of the shoe. I had very wide feet and very high instep. So I always had to wear guy shoes. Best shoes I ever owned, though, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, a pair of Hush Puppies. I loved Hush Puppies. I did. I loved my Hush Puppy shoes. Should get a man or a boy shoes. He is 10. If 10, he should be in like men's size. By 10. Because they usually grow out of kids. When they get to size kids 12, and then automatically starts into size 1 on adult feet. Hey, it's April Fool's Day. Yeah, I'm not even counting that. His size 6. Yeah. He should be out of the boys, because like I said, kids' shoes only go up to size 12 in kids, and then they start out with 1. Even with the slippers and everything. I mean, you know. I think Nina's in a size 6. I think. It might be a 7. She got big feet. She's got long, thin feet. Her feet have always been bigger than her body. I don't know if she'll ever grow into them. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome, welcome. Doc says I'm a size 12 and a half. Yeah, well, you're in men's. Yeah, oh, I about shit a brick when I had to order Ian's shoes. You can't just go to the store and buy them. Dolphin Lover. Been a long time, Dolphin Lover. Hello. How are you? I am good. How are you? I hope you're holding up pretty good. Yeah, but Ian, when I was like, honey, we're gonna have to order your shoes, he said, I know just the site, Aunt Leslie. I'm gonna go design them. I said, okay, you can design them. They're your shoes, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. I let him design them. They ended up having skulls and shit all over them. I'm like, oh my god, expensive. But they need shoes and their boots. Oh my god, even bigger. Doc says, Les, what exactly does a liberal amount constitute? I can't find a straight answer. It means a generous amount. It just depends on what you're making. I mean, are you talking about cooking or are you talking about what? I know when you're cooking, a liberal amount means, you know, a generous amount. Don't be so stingy with it. You know, like gravy. Like me, if I eat gravy, I don't like a ton. I like gravy, but I don't like my stuff smothered. So I'm very, you know, I ration that. But or like with syrup, um, you know, I don't like a lot of syrup on my waffles and pancakes and stuff like that. Um, I really don't. I'll cut it up and just drizzle some syrup on there. But my mom and my sister and my dad, they like a liberal amount of syrup. I'm looking the ear cleaner bottle instructions for Hazel. Oh, yeah, it's the same thing, a liberal amount. Don't go stingy. A liberal amount. Thank goodness he just needs tennis shoes, says Anna. Yeah. And it depends on how the shoes made, like dress shoes. Those are I call dress shoes anything that is not tennis shoes. I call them dress shoes. And boots are they're a different size than tennis shoes, and then they're generally the same size with dress shoes. It just depends on what brand and how they're exactly made. But I know boots are bigger. I always wore bigger boots, and so did the boys. That's Ian and Cameron. Ian wears tennis shoes. Cameron will wear tennis shoes, but he wears boots a lot, mostly, and he leaves them clodhoppers all. When he left them all over the house, I was constantly tripping over them. I told him, I said I was going to throw them in the river and let somebody use them as a canoe. Yeah, when liberal, you don't necessarily, like, if you're cleaning a dog's ear, you don't need a whole lot to clean a dog's ear, though. You really don't. Lisa, hello. Les is just tricky with her food. I really am, believe it or not, you guys. How you holding up, Lisa? I really am picky with my food. People don't believe it, but I really am. I just like things a certain way. Can't help it. And I didn't realize I had at Shady Anna Grissom. Hello, sweetie. Says Lisa. I didn't realize I have routines for everything. And people like to see me go out to eat because I have this whole routine. Everybody else is like halfway through their meal and I'm just getting started because I have this routine. I'm doing okay. My town goes on lockdown on Friday. Dang. You guys are not. Well, South Dakota, I think, is one of the states that has the fewest cases. But I'm surprised you guys haven't been on lockdown already. Let me see. What does South Dakota have? I just happen to have it right here. Let's go to the United States. South Dakota has 108 cases and 1 death. And they are actually at the bottom of the list here in the 50 states. South Dakota is actually at the bottom of the list. Next one is Alaska, Wyoming, and then North Carolina. I can go all the way up, but Yeah, everybody, let's move to South Dakota. Let's go there. Let's see now. I know Illinois is getting hit bad. Ohio, we're up to 2,200 that have it, and we jumped up to 55 deaths. I just refreshed it. And the Illinois got 5,900, and let's check Indiana for our good friend Rosie. They're right behind us at 2,159 cases, 49 deaths. They're right behind us. Let's see. Shady, my daughter is about to be 11. My oldest son is going to be 5, and baby Gremlin is going to be 2. We have about 1722 cases in my county. Says Dolphin Lover. Yeah, those kids are growing up quick. Don't get out, bam, after 10 p.m. You in trouble. Sarah said the majority of cases in Illinois are in the Chicago area. I was going to say that it is, yeah, the Chicago area is just rampant. Yeah, I still talk to Lauren every day. She told me. Alabama closing in on 1,000. I'm in upstate New York, says Dolphin. Skeeter lives in Indiana now too, and he might have the virus. Wow. Where'd time go? Yeah, I think with Chicago, I think it's because it's an international airport. I think that has a lot to do with it. The Johns Hopkins Hospital website has a map marking known cases worldwide. In the U.S., they go county by county. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Thing I'm looking at is state, and I'm looking at thing they listen it by world, and then I can look at it by state. Or province. It just depending on what country, but like the United States, I can go state by state. I can't go county by county. I can go by my county, but Anna Grissom, yeah, time flies. The baby is a big bully. Just like my Zach is. He's the bully. He's the youngest. Sarah in New Orleans was hit because of Mardi Gras. Yep. Sarah says, why Albany, Georgia is so devastated is unknown. Yeah. I don't know why. My niece is going to be 17, April 23rd, says Anna. I tell you what, if my sister doesn't straighten her ass up, she might be about as dumb as a box of rocks. I love her to death. She's the only sis I got, but I'm telling you, she is not taking this thing seriously at all. Todd says, can you imagine the disease on those Mardi Gras beads? Oh, yeah. Sarah says, 466 cases and 26 deaths in the city of 73,000. That's, yeah, that's a lot. Anna says, was in Mobile for Mardi Gras. Hope I didn't get it. Hope I don't get it. If you haven't shown signs yet, Anna, I don't think you did, because you've been back for a few. Well, I got that ear cleaning out of the way. He's not a fan. Most dogs aren't. Yeah, but it doesn't take like with the spray for the ear cleaning on a dog, just 1 to 2, and then just rub it and let them shake. Once you do the other one, let them shake it. Let them shake their head so they can get that out of there. But like I said, to those who are new, who don't know, is that they do have an antibiotic, not a vaccine, an antibiotic. And they found it yesterday, Monday morning, at 11 o'clock. And they actually have 5 of them. So now it's got to go through the FDA and things like that. But it should be out for compassionate use. Compassionate use by the end of summer. So, and like I said, leave it up to America. I knew we'd be the first in the world. I knew it. Mobile, Mardi Gras, the streets were filthy. Yeah. She wasted no time shaking as soon as I let go of her head. Yeah, let them shake that out. Let them shake that out. I'm too old to do all that now. If I had a dog, take it to the groomer. I'm too old to groom. Clean the ears, do the nails. I'm too old for all that shit. Take the dog to the groomer is what I do. Although I don't know, I do like to do it. I like my doggy to look really pretty and groomed. And I hope they open things back up. I can tell you guys this. By the time it's safe enough for me to go out, my hair's gonna be down to my ass. I already know it. I need a haircut bad now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Sarah, regarding antibiotics, you're not talking about Zithromax, are you? No. This is something. This is something that they just found. They've been working on it. Dr. James Glanville. They've been working on it. And what they did was they went to the SARS and used their research, and they pulled out 5 antibodies. They were praying that one would work. Turns out all 5 of them worked. It sounds a lot simpler than what it was. I mean, this took a while. This took a couple months. But all 5 of them worked. Fantastic. Flying colors. And so they were, of course, jumping for joy. And when I heard that this morning, I went and jumped for joy. And but they have to, like you said, Sarah, things have got to be passed and done safely. And that's what they want. They want it pulled out to where when it does go out, it is safe. They have to go through the FDA. Everything has to go through the FDA anyway. They have been in contact with doctors and world leaders, from everywhere. And they want the government to fund it, which I think the government should. I really do. And so, yeah, this is not Zithromax or nothing. They don't even have a name for it yet. So let me see if I can at least get you guys the alright, this is the link. You can actually watch the interview and you can also read the article. So let me see if I can get it in here. There you go. Now this coronavirus crisis, now that's getting old. Oh, it's going to get worse before it gets better, Doc, so brace yourself. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But there is hope, you guys. There is hope. Now, this is not a vaccine. It's not a vaccine like for measles and smallpox, and you get it once, you're good to go the rest of your life. This is the antibiotic. So if you get it, and the great thing about this is, so if you get it, they can give you a shot. It is in shot form. They can give you a shot. There you go. Now, the great thing about this is that what they hope is that, excuse me, with the research that they've done, is that if something else comes out that is similar, um, if something else comes out that is similar, it could also do the same. It's not an antibiotic, it's an antibody. That's why immune plasma and globulin works for some viral illnesses. Well, he's talking this is an antibiotic. It will be an antibiotic. They're using the antibodies now. That's why they have to test it. Hazel going to guide dog school probably won't be for a long time, although the school site says nothing about cancellation. I'm not subjecting me or the dog to that risk. I hear they've been trying lupus medications. Yes, some science teams have been using lupus medications, which is bullshit because now Rosie can't get her freaking lupus meds. I think it's hydrochloroquine, Sarah? Is that the name of it? Hydrochloroquine? Now people with lupus can't get their meds. And that's bullshit. That is beyond bullshit. But this is a different team. Hydrochloroquine, yeah. Hydroxychloroquine, okay. Thank you, Sarah. Brand name, Plaquenil. Yeah, they can get it. And that's bullshit. But there were teams that were using that method. That was a fun one for my screen reader to call out. This has nothing to do with that. So I really should have been a scientist because I said this a long time ago. If it's a cousin to the SARS, because it does the same thing SARS does. Like, why don't they use that? But hey, what do I know? I'm just this layperson over there that can think. But whatever. But this group, I'm just so thankful. Many hospitals have been ordering more than usual to have on hand in a hopeful event that they won't need it. Well, guess what? Lupus patients can't get it. And Rosie's on the front line as a nurse, and she can't get it. So what the hell? I'm glad to hear that the medical community is making progress. I hope I won't ever have to worry about taking these. Me neither, but yeah, Sarah's like, yep, with sad face. Yeah, I mean, it's a crying shame. I hope I don't never have to take it. I hope none of us ever have to take it. But you never know. And with this discovery, though, they hope that they can, if anything similar, even as there's a whole array they can treat with. They can treat now, and that's another fantastic thing with it. Now, if they can do shit like that for fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, they cure one autoimmune, they can probably cure or if they can treat one autoimmune, they can probably treat or even cure 5 or 10. I mean, come on. California is now using a drone that was banned by the U.S. Army to surveil areas of the city as part of their coronavirus effort. They've been doing that. Have you guys seen pictures of Times Square? There was like nobody in there. I think I counted 11 people at Times Square the other day. There's a lot of overlap between them, and many of them have similar treatments. Autoimmune diseases, exactly. So, wouldn't that be fantastic? I wish they would do stuff like that. I wish they would hurry up and cure diabetes. If they cured diabetes, I'm serious. I would give everybody here in this room $1. About all I got. Um, yeah, I would literally try to do a somersault. Break my hip, my arms, my wrists. Do that, Les. Yeah. God, if they cured diabetes, do you know how many other diseases they can cure with that? I'm not joking. Um, Especially type 1 diabetes. Diabetes is turning out to be far more complex disease than anyone ever imagined. Yep. My aunt had a book that was titled something along the lines of how to reverse diabetes. Dolphin says, I'm a borderline diabetic. Um, Sarah, in 2002, I went to Banting Museum in London, Ontario. They have a torch in the yard that was lit by Queen Mother when it was dedicated. Really? I would eat a whole coconut cake, not care. LOL for a cure. I take it you don't like coconut cake? The torch will be extinguished when diabetes is cured. I don't think we're any closer now. You know, I didn't care for the Queen Mother at all. I really didn't. Never did. Some diabetes can be reversed, most can't. Exactly. 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 Um, Liz, I messaged Fran the other day to tell her I was going to walk McDonald's drive-thru. I ended up getting kicked out. Yeah, she told me. Uh, hey, look, I went through the Burger King drive-thru on my bicycle. They wouldn't even serve me. I said, I'm not walking. I swear to God I did. My dad was so mad at me for doing that. My mom thought it was funny as hell. He says, what on earth would possess you? And I was like, it's not like I got in trouble. They just wouldn't serve me. That's serious. So my dad went through on his motorcycle through the Burger King drive-thru. He went through on his motorcycle and they wouldn't serve him. I don't know why he thought he was more special than me. So he had to go in and get his stuff. I said, Dad, I went through on a bike. No, cooking nut cake is my favorite. Just want to eat a whole cake in one sitting. Oh my God, I couldn't. Oh, okay. I couldn't eat anything like that in one sitting. When I was young, I've tried it. I couldn't do it. The Banding Museum is temporarily closed. Can't imagine why. Gee, I wonder why. I know one thing. When this shit is over with, and I hope it's not cold when this shit is over with, it probably will be. But the next time I'm able to get out and traverse, which every year is getting harder and harder for me to do, I'm going to Canton. I said, I don't live far from Canton, and I want to go to the Football Hall of Fame. I said, I don't live far from there, and I've never been, and I must have passed it about 20 times. Because you can see it right from the highway. And I was like, I've probably been past it 20 times and never been there. I'm going to go. Doc says, I would eat however many extra large pizzas you wanted in one sitting, not even just for a cure. Anything, oh my God. I can't get past 2 slices, so I don't know. And that's just a regular. I don't know. But yeah, this is this but until the antibiotic comes out, um it's going to get much worse, people. It's going to get much worse. And I tell you what, these people who are actually thinking about sending their kids back to school April 6th, really? No way. Especially since the numbers keep going up. At least here. At least here. There's no way. If I had kids, it wouldn't happen. Like I said, I already talked to Chris and Gabby, and it's like, nope, my kids aren't going back. Even if it doesn't get worse where you are, it will in other places. Exactly. Exactly. But even out west, they're starting to see an increase in cases. Not like here or definitely New York or Florida, Illinois, Chicago area. You got to look at the areas. There are parts of Ohio that there are some counties that don't have it. I think we have 88 counties and only 70 have cases in them. There are about 18 that don't. There's not one case. I'm thinking about moving there. Most just don't want to admit they're canceling for the entire year just yet. Um, they have here though. Well, what I can't imagine is that people who are parents are not using their head. They want their kids to go back because they're on their nerves. And I'm sorry, but Les, I can borrow Kay Ivy, but have to give her back. No. So I can't even imagine a parent even thinking, well, the numbers are going up. No, no. Um, I wouldn't. And if Chris and Gabby were thinking about doing it, I'd be like, I want all the kids here because they're not going back. But they're not. They're not anyway. Hazel and I have just been sleeping for 15 hours a day. I feel so guilty. I've been walking her at 4 a.m. for some reason. My mind thinks the virus is is dormant at that time. Well, there's nobody out. There shouldn't be anyway. Hazel sounds fun. Hazel's a golden doodle. So, but I wouldn't send my kids back. Are you crazy? No way. Mm-mm. And I think the surge that they're expecting is because of more and more tests. You guys got to figure we only know these numbers because of the amount of testing. Um, I'm sure there's more that has it. Um, and I think when they get tested, it's going to show. Um, I that's what I really think. I know here in my town, um, I know Deanna thinks that George Croom, everybody in my town knows who the Crooms are. George Croom was a police officer, sheriff. He was a sheriff. I think there are probably dozens of cases for every test confirmed case. Exactly, exactly. And him and his wife both had it, and they were both in the hospital. She got better, and she was able to go home and be isolated, but he died in the hospital. And so when they had the hearse go past the house of where his wife is, and she saw him go by. She couldn't even be there with him. She couldn't even go to the funeral. Um, you know, But he wasn't our first death. I know Deonda thinks he's like our fifth, you know, and fourth or fifth. It just in my town. So Mobile, Alabama got their tests late. The city has a lot now. I know there's a lot of companies who are car manufacturers who are making respirators. There's a we have here in Central Ohio. Kaylee, hello. I think almost every county in most states have it. Just lack of testing. Hi. Yeah. Um. There, Ohio has the capability, because they're what they're doing is they're taking the surgical masks and stuff like that, and they're cleaning and sterilizing them. And we have, state of Ohio actually has two of those machines. Now the governor's upset because those machines can do up to 80,000 of them a day, and the FDA said no more than 10. And so the governor's a little upset. But Ohio does have two of those machines. And so we'll see what happens there. A friend of mine filled himself getting treated. They have a 6-inch stick that goes through your nose and down your throat for a few seconds. Exactly. What's the buzz with General Motors I'm hearing about? I don't know if they're one of the ones that are going to be making respirators or not. There are some car manufacturers that are making respirators. Because Lord knows you're going to need them. You're going to need the respirators. That's one of the things that'll help. And there's not enough. There's way not enough respirators. And BAM still has the most cases. Has the most cases of what? All of the virus in Alabama. Cleveland area did have, and they still do have the most cases in Ohio, but Franklin County is zooming right up there. I think there's only a couple hundred cases difference. In Franklin County is right beside us, and there's too many people that work in Franklin County that live here. So I still don't know what I want to go to school for. Was thinking about working for the DoD, going into engineering, police dog training, or small leather dog gear business. I know one thing. I want so much to be out there. It's in me to go take care of those people. I just, Bam went on lockdown fast. Um, yeah, there's so many. Like I said, there's so many confusing stories. Stay in place, stay in your home, but go outside to the parks. Go out and take a walk. Either you're on lockdown or you're not. There's no in between, folks. And this is what's confusing. This is exactly what's confusing. I'm like, okay, these people think they can do anything because you told them to get out and get some sunshine. Well, they're taking their families to Walmart and Lowe's and, you know, stores like that for vacation. Really? Either you're on lockdown or you're not. That's all there is to it. I'm telling you, you really need to have me. I really need to be governor, because I wouldn't care. I would have put this state on lockdown now and be like, no. No, you ain't coming into my state. I would have called out the National Guard and ordered all entrances to high to be shut down. I remember you once told me about how you once did a huge relief effort for your community during some kind of crisis. I forgot the specifics, but it was when we Skyped maybe 2 or 3 years ago. That wasn't me. That was me and my sister. That was me and my sister that did that. And my family has always given in the time of need and done things. We were given the Children's Hospital was needing a bunch of stuff, so I coordinated a big thing with that. So that was me and my sister that did that. People in my apartment are obeying outside social distancing, which is good. Walmart is good. Walmart mean. I thought it happened during more recent times. Yeah, that was about 6 years ago. Um, Me and my sister always have always done, whether it be a huge effort or a small effort. And General Motors is retooling some of their factory equipment to make ventilators. Lord knows we're going to need them. We're going to need them. But I tell you what, um, I would have shut my state down now. I would have. When Franklin County, when they first started, that day I went to the. You guys remember the day I said I went to the doctors, and Columbus had their first case that day, and by the time I got home, there was 3. I would shut us down. Dead serious, because I knew that shit was going to fly. And that hasn't been that long ago. I would have shut us down. I would have put this shit in place a long time ago. A long time ago. If you want to go anywhere, unless you have a drive-through pickup or delivery, sorry. You can go anywhere you want as long as you don't have to get out of your car. I would have. And the thing of it is, we have a National Guard base right here in my town. I don't even think they're there now. I think they're called out other places. But I would have. Nope. I'm gonna take care of my people whether they like it or not. It's just like a parent, you guys. You do what's best for your kids, whether they like it or not. They'll realize it one day. For real. At the time, they don't. I didn't. Kids don't understand. But they will eventually. Doc says my chronic back pain has been so bad lately, I think I might have some kind of spinal cord injury in progress. Have been meaning to get a wheelchair for around the house. National Guard base is just down the road from here. Place is huge. I've been meaning to do a vlog there. Says Doc. We have the armory here. It's a combo, National Guard and armory. All in one place. Been there forever. Ronnie, today I had a doctor's appointment that I had scheduled back in February. Doctor office called me yesterday and told me what we would be doing the visit via video. It was really cool. Yeah, I get to do mine telephonically Thursday. What's today now? The first Wednesday. Yeah, because mine's on the 2nd, 30. So, my mom did hers um, Monday. Many years ago, there was a school fire that took the lives of hundreds. They had a funeral at the National Guard base. Ronnie said, "Save me a drive." Heck yeah, you can sit there in your PJs. You don't have to worry about taking a shower and getting dressed and doing all this other shit. You can get up. Yeah, I'm fine. Nope, I don't need no refills. Katie says, "My doctor will do phone calls and emails also." Most of them are. They're calling saying, "Well, we're not actually seeing patients, but." She said, "If you don't want to do it telephonically, the soonest I can get you in is in July." I said, "Well, I won't be showing up in July either, Julie." She says, "I don't blame you." How about the pastor who was arrested for holding service? That was stupid. That was utterly, utterly stupid. Oh, wondering what they will charge. Same price. Doc, are you in Chicago? Yeah, Doc's in Chicago. Crazy, not so fun. Very stupid. Yeah. Now this one pastor had church, but he had it outside, and he was on that electronic lift thing, and he had a lady singing, and he gave his sermon from up there, and he had, of course, you know, the PA systems. They were all, and everybody stayed in their cars. Dead serious. Now that's the way to do it. If you're going to hold church, he said it was the safest way. People were wanting the fellowship, and you know, he said I didn't want to put anybody at risk, so they had it outside. Um, Sarah said there are several pastors who were arrested for doing this. One had a massive arsenal at church. He was considered so dangerous that the cops asked his lawyer to bring him in. Jeezy cow. Doc said Joel Osteen still had a giant mega church congregation. Joel Osteen needs to be kneecapped. Arnie said, "Now that's cool." Yeah. Doc, are you talking about the lady of the Angels fire? Yep, Sarah, that's the one. Um, some drive-up movie theaters have had services for many years. Yeah. You know, those pastors, they're thinking. They're like, my people still want to hear the word. They want to see their pastor. They want the congregation, they want the fellowship, but I can't have them in the building like that. So, we're having it outside. I thought it was great. I watched it. I thought it was great. Mega churches need to be locked down. They're still going on. See, that's about stupid. Um, when the fire broke out, the nuns wouldn't let the kids leave and instead told them to pray. That's one reason why so many people died. Dumbass nuns. Maybe the drive-in theaters will make a comeback. They tore our one down. Of course, it's been overgrown for years, but we still have drive-in theaters around in here. My own church has suspended services, and the semi-mega church in my town has too. Yeah. I think it was New Orleans, says Ronnie. There are 2 drive-in theaters in my region. I've never been to one. I love drive-ins. I do. I love them. Been going to them since I was a kid. The church with the arsenal was in Arizona. What the hell does the church need an arsenal for? What does that tell you guys? Right there was a Waco waiting to happen. For real. But what the heck? The only thing the church I went to was armed with was holy water and hosts. that's that's the only thing. Beats me. Want to be malicious, perhaps? Exactly. That's right, Anna. That is creepy as hell. What the heck? What is it with these people? I just don't know. Oh well, if it's Arizona, it doesn't surprise me. We love our guns here. Well, we love our guns here too, but I don't know of a church. I've been in quite a few churches. I don't know of one that has an arsenal. And I'm not talking just going to them. I mean, I'm back in the back and working it. Um, I don't know one that has an arsenal. Guns stay at home. They take it to the next level here. I've been in about 5 churches in West Virginia. They don't have arsenals. In West Virginia, it's like Arizona. They take their guns seriously. They really do. They. I don't think anybody in West Virginia um doesn't have a gun. Actually, I mean, I don't know a household that doesn't have one. Have at least one. They most of them, yeah. But we just knew how to act around them. I mean, as a kid, we knew not to touch them. My grandpa always had his locked up in a gun cabinet, and I would sit there and look at him through the glass or whatever, and I never touched the glass. I just look at him. All of his um, rifles were there and shotguns, and then the pistols were in a gun cabinet. But yeah, yeah, Arizona, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. To tell you the truth, I agree with you, Ronnie. That does not surprise me, Arizona. Les, how come you stopped calling me hun? I didn't realize I did. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't realize I did. Just, I don't know. I learned to shoot when I was 15, but like bow and arrows more. Yeah, I started out with bow and arrows when I was like 9. First, we started out with slingshots when I was 7. And that was hard. 7-year-old trying to do, yeah, I'm like, really? I'm looking up, like, I can't do this. And then about 9, we started out with bow and arrow, and then about 10, 11, 12, around there, we started out with rifles, and then we went on to pistols. So, but we were taught to respect, and we were taught how to use it and move and this and that and blah blah blah. How to breathe when you shoot, that kind of stuff. I got a hold of a harpoon gun in my younger years, not those huge ones used by drivers and such. All the little ones, they're not harpoon, but the because I was going to get one. Um, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of them. It is fun to split other people's arrows. Made them mad. We had archery in high school. Oh my gosh, I was good at it, says Kaylee. We had archery, but they only let me do it just once because I was like, anything else you need to know? Um, Not a spear gun. Okay. Um, I can't think of the name of it. Oh my god, I was going to get one. Um, I was going to get a big one and a little one. Me and Cameron were looking at them. I can't think right now. Yeah, it's difficult for me to be a good shot with a with a regular firearm for obvious reasons. Can't miss a giant harpoon though. Do you know how big a harpoon gun is? Because they do harpoon whales with that, and sharks and things. And it usually has um, a line hooked to it. I tell you what, you hook a barrel to one of them things. Learned to spearfish, but wasn't good at it. Yeah, I'm not good at it. One thing I always wanted to do, and I can't do it. Um, Although the mag ones can be super powerful, harpoon guns are still. But one thing I always wanted to do was go deep sea fishing, and I wanted so bad. I wanted to catch swordfish. I would have been happy with the tuna, but I really wanted to catch a swordfish. That is the one thing. And by the time my granddad, he said, "You really want to?" And I said, "Yeah." That has been something I have always, always wanted to do. And he told me, he said, "Well, first of all, can you handle being on a boat?" I'm like, "Are you serious? I was made for water." He said, "But being on a boat is different, you know." And I said, "Yeah, Granddad, I've been on boats." And he said, "How far out?" And I said, "Pretty close to a mile out." He said, "Well, yeah, I guess you can handle it." He says, "You didn't get sick?" I said, "No." I said, "It's a boat. I don't get sick like that." I'd be in the water, actually. I love the water. And, but now I don't have the strength. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I don't care how strapped down I was, I could not do it. You know, because it takes hours to bring them things in. It's not one of those things, "Oh, I caught a fish, reel it in." No, that thing takes hours. You need help, and you're strapped in, and it could take like 6, 8 hours to bring one in once you got it. But I've always wanted to catch a swordfish. I would have been happy with a tuna. A tuna can fight. I don't want to catch a shark. I said I don't want to do a Jaws thing. No. No. No Jaws. But yeah, I've always wanted to get out there and just enjoy the water, enjoy the boat, just fish. I always want to. Cold, 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 go away, don't come back any day. Yeah, we got our heat on now. We had our air conditioner on the other day. And then I got really cold and I had to turn it off. And then I had to turn the heat on last night. I can see you cussing up a storm if you ever appeared on the Deadliest Catch. I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I would. Wouldn't be out of anger. I wouldn't be cussing out of anger. I'd be like, "This son of a bitch, awesome." I mean, I would. It would be a highlight of my life, but I don't have the strength or anything now. There's no way. Kansas City Lights, hello. How's it going over there, Kansas? You staying safe? Family staying safe? How's it looking? Had air on for a week, but now heat. Yeah, I had to turn the heat on last night. I was just getting wet. Actually, I fell asleep here at the table and I woke up freezing my ass off about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, son of a bitch. Looked at temperature, it was like 38 out, 39, something like that. I've just been switching from my fan and heater in my room. Yeah. Little mama, she came up to me and she said, little Nina, and she said, "Gimmo Lily, are you cold?" "Yeah." "Are you cold?" "Yeah." And then the next day, "Gimmo Lily, are you hot?" "Yeah." "Are you hot?" "Yeah." But she had to go home today. She had speech therapy, so they do it. I don't know what they do it through the computer now. The teacher doesn't come, but he had speech therapy, so and we'll get her tomorrow. Little turd. She left half her schoolwork here because she was afraid she couldn't come back. No, I leave this here. When I come back, I'll do my. I'm like, oh my. So far, so good. I stole my mom and brought her back to Kansas City with me last week. She lives 2 hours away. Not a fan of worrying about mom with crap like this going on. I do not blame you. My mom's just like, stay home. Nope, stay home. I'm fine. I got your father. My poor mom. She has tried so many times to cancel this, as Medea would say, rhinovitis. I think Medea, I'll tell you what, you'll catch that rhinovitis. I'm gonna start calling it rhinovitis. I really am. I love Medea. She cracks me up. I'm sorry. She just does. Hazel doesn't seem to mind either one. She'll just curl up next to my bed. Yeah, my mom's dog Casey, when he was alive, he didn't give a shit either way. He just wanted fed and taken out. That's it. Other than that, stay out of his way. He has things to do. He's got leaves to chase down. Oh my god, he would chase down a leaf. I'd be like, get it, buddy. Get it, buddy. And he'll get it, and I'll be like, Casey, and he'll look up at you, and he has this leaf in his mouth. You have to go and take it, and it's like, dude, let go. Let go. I'll have to get my finger in there and get the rest of the leaf out. Les, what other dogs would you consider owning besides a golden? Rottweiler. I've had one. I'd have another one. If it had the same temperament as the one I had. Rottweiler. The one I had was like, really, dude? You're the one who's the beast. Not me. Go get it. He just looked at me like I was stupid. My favorite is, can we reinstall 2020? It has a virus. Oh man, I feel so sorry for the kids graduating and stuff. I mean, 2020 just turned out to be really shitty. For real. See what other dogs would I own besides a golden? I don't know. I would own a Pekingese if it had the temperament of my parents. Um, you know, of course Casey loved the hell out of me. I was big sis. All you had to do is, Sissy's coming, and he would start barking and wagging his tail and stuff. And I'd be on the phone with mom, Sissy's coming. So he knew me as Sissy. I don't know. I love Goldens. I love bigger dogs. But I would have Pekingese if it was Casey all over again. I would have another Casey. Casey was absolutely beautiful. His markings were gorgeous. The vets were like, and he was well behaved. They're like, he didn't fight us at all. Mom's like, no. We inherited him. He was inherited. They were going to put him down. He was a mean dog when we got him. And it took a long time. Love. It took a lot of love to get him to the way he was. And, a lot of patience and love. But he never destroyed anything in the house. You could set a plate of food on the floor beside him and go upstairs, get something to drink. He would not touch it. he just didn't destroy anything. He wouldn't touch anything. Um, um, so dog says, I don't care for small dogs at all besides a Chihuahua. I don't even know if I want a Chihuahua. I think if I got a smaller dog, I'm really not sure. I just love big dogs. I always have. Maybe it's because I was raised with big dogs. Um, that kind of thing. Have you watched MFW videos lately? Says Kansas. That girl went back crap crazy. Yeah. The other day when she was rolling a joint. um, yeah, yeah. Kansas, I have, says Doc. That video of her forcing her dad to drink was awful. I didn't see that one. I know something. She was when I switched on there, she was rolling a joint, and I was like, "You go, girl." Oh, of course, that wasn't the first time, but um, I don't get to watch because it seems the ones that I've been would want to watch and go back, they're like unlisted or something. Um, Giving her dad a lap dance was a bit weird. Yeah, she's gone back crap crazy. Yeah. Honestly. Um, you know, heck, I still call my dad sir. I just don't have that kind of relationship with him. I couldn't imagine. Although I'd say, Mom, won't you give Dad a lap dance? She'll be like, a what? You should see my mom's face when I asked her. I said, I bet you got yourself a leather outfit up there with a riding crop and boots. She's like, what? What do you mean? Oh God, the shit I used to say to my mom. My dad would kick my ass if I did. If he heard any of that, he would kick my ass. My mom, on the other hand, I'm friends with a graduate from Doggy Buga. They trained a Yorkie for her. Um, I don't know what other kind of dog I would have. I guess what we want to do, what honestly, is to rescue a dog, and I'm gonna let the dog pick me, and that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna let the dog pick me, and it might take 3 or 4 trips down there, but I'm gonna let the dog pick me. I just hope one of them's a golden. um, what happened to the days you guys did collabs together and she was somewhat normal? She just decided she didn't need nobody. She was going to be solo. So I'd help you care for the dog less. I hope it's a long-haired dog too. My dog picked me, best dog ever. I'll tell you what, best dogs you could ever get is from a shelter because they never forget you saved their life. They are the best dogs ever. And seeing Casey was a rescue from a shelter, but Millie, he just ruled that roost and he bit her, I don't know how many times and stuff like that. But Casey was literally, the people drove up to the door and had the daughter knock on the door. They came out, they literally threw Casey out of the car and said, keep the damn thing before I kill it. But we got him, and like I said, it just took a lot of work. It took a lot. He didn't know how to be held. He didn't know how to play. He didn't know what grooming was. He didn't know nothing. And it took a lot of work and a lot of love. I remember when he finally let me, his first night with us, I went over and I picked him up and I sat down and he sat on my lap and he jumped off and I just kept having to pick him up and just, you know, petting him. And he finally stayed there for more than 10 minutes, and then he jumped down. I wasn't going to push it after that. It got to the point now, it's like, shit, Casey, you're a bed hog, dude. Dude, you're a bed hog, because he had to be right there. And I'm like, you're a bed hog, Casey. And it just got to the point where he ruled the roost. His coat came back. He loved being brushed and combed. He loved being clean. He loved his tail. You can play with that dog's paws all day, all you want. He didn't give a crap. His tail, he'd just look at you, and you better treat it good, because he knew he loved his tail. He showed love. He showed remorse. He had facial expressions. I loved how he looked when I would do something, and he would just look at, like, I'd be like, okay, we're on the floor and playing. The dog had like 50 million toys, and I'd be on the floor to play, and it'd be something he didn't want to play with, and he'd look at it and look at me, and he would look at that and look at me, and I'd be like, well, which one do you want to play with, dude? He'd be like, don't you know? Don't you know which one's my favorite toy today? It's just, but it took a lot. It took a lot to get him there. But he was so abused. For real. He was an abused dog. But they never forget. They never forget you saved their life. And Casey ended up having an excellent, excellent life, and he was well loved, well taken care of, and he loved us. And he showed love. So did Cyrus, our golden retriever, but Casey showed love, and I like dogs like that. If they have their personality. But it can be done. Those that say you can't, it can. It just takes a lot. And my mom is excellent. She's like the dog whisperer. She's like an animal whisperer. It doesn't matter what kind of animal it is. My mom can do it. Yes, shoulder dogs. Yeah. Hazel picked me. Her sister wasn't interested in me. Doc says I was going to go for a shoulder dog at first. I know a woman who got her, what would be later on, guide dog from a shelter. The shelter dogs, they don't forget, and they are the best animals. Everyone I know that's gotten a shelter dog, they are the best dogs. They really are. But I'm still partial to Goldens. I love Golden Retrievers. They're good with kids. They're hyper as hell for like their first 3 years, maybe 4. Hyper as hell. Oh my god, it's a good thing I was a teenager. I was young. We got him when I was 9, and I was hyper myself. And he was just hyper, and I was hyper. So a lot of running and stuff, and playing, and wrestling and stuff like that. And then after that, boom, they're so like chilled. They're chilled, and they're very good with kids. Sarah said her cats picked her. Usually an animal will pick its owner. Usually. I love standard poodles, labs, Pyrenees, and Goldens. I'm just partial to Goldens. My Rottweiler was fantastic. I love Tubbs. His daddy was Crockett. Somebody was a Miami Vice fan. And he had this disposition like, what are we gonna do, Mom? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Mom? And I'd be like, I'd go out there and mow the lawn. He'd be walking right beside me up and down. I'm dead serious. I'm like, don't you have something to do? No, he'd just go up and down. My next guide is either going to be a Doberman or a Lab. I'm not into Lab retrievers for some reason. I think they're nice, I really do, but I'm just not into them, and I do not like Dobies at all. I had a yellow lab named Saint for 14 years. Um, he lined his squeaky toys according to size. My dad tried to train Casey. It's so funny. My dad tried to train Casey forever to put his toys back in his basket, and Casey would go and take them all out, and he would just look at my dad and sit there, and Dad'd be like, "No, Casey, this is how you do it." And Dad would pick them all up, put them back in the basket, and Casey would bring them all out. They would do it for hours, and I'd be laughing my ass off. I was like, "Who's trained who, Dad?" "Oh, well, he'll get it one day." And I was like, "I think he already got it." I think he already did. And Southeastern Guide Dogs uses golden lab mixes. We just got a German Shepherd mix. I have a video on my channel. Anna says he was talented. Yeah, my uncle had a German Shepherd, and it was a white German Shepherd named King, and he played with our rabbit. They chased each other around the garage. It was funny. I'm like, yeah, not all German Shepherds are evil. I was young though when I remember King. Jeez, he seemed so big to me then. I was so young. I was like 5, 6. But I remember our rabbit. And he stayed in my room. I loved my rabbit Gibby. But they would chase each other around the garage. I'd be like, looking back on it now, I should have made bets. I should have. Gibby was going to tear him a new asshole. Yeah. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go because I'm really, really, really hungry. I literally got up 15 minutes before I started the stream. Of course, my internet went out, and then I finally got the stream back up. So I'm really, really, really hungry. My stomach is starting to growl and get sick. So I hope everybody has a great night. I hope, hope you enjoy the good news. Let me put the link in there again so you guys can listen and read the article about what I'm talking about. And oh, wait a minute. Let me put that in there. Paste. Whoops. There you go. There you go. This is from our thingy, 10tv.com, 10tv news. It's our CBS channel. So I hope everybody has a great night and a great day. And I hope to see everybody and talk later. Good night, everyone.